Okay, I was just checking something before I got started. I've been fidgeting with something for a while. Let's see. There we go. So, let me do a bit of a test first, now that I can see this, to... I'm gonna do a bit of a test. I just saw... I can see something here. Hang on. Hang on, I'm doing a bit of... Okay, so that chat's working. It just doesn't look good. Ooh, I don't like that. Where do I have... I think it's this one? No, hang on. Yes? Yeah, here we go. Now I can fix all of this, because that is... Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. I also don't like that text. What is that text? Why? Why? Why did it do this to me? Unfortunately, for the YouTube side of things, I have to have the stream running in order to test this, so sorry that it is taking a minute. Why is the text still dark? That's why. So let me just... let me just A that chat. Okay, good. Thank you, Stream Elements, for existing. There it goes. Okay, so there's a bit of a delay, but it's going. Can't see it in OBS, unfortunately, but that should be fine. So long as the chat is working, that is all I care about. Why is it doing that? I gotta love when the beginning of the stream is simply just messing around with this to make sense of it. No, I need you this size. Do I need to save it? No. Are you too... Whoa! That is not what I wanted. Nope. Good lord. Okay. I wish I could figure out how to do things normally. I'm just gonna spam my own chat for a minute. It's the best way to test it. There's definitely a delay, though, which, fair enough, but... Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. And I can get away with making the text a bit larger, then. We'll go up that. How does that font size work? How does this look? Because I don't remember what the font size of the other chat is, so I'm trying to match. Need to bold it, I think. At least I'm doing this now instead of later. I just am not a huge fan of the delay. I don't like the delay. I wish there wasn't a delay, but I don't think there's much I can do about that. That's another 5. That's fine. Okay, that's still there. How does it look? Go over here. That'll be fine. That's fine. I can work with that. We'll just make that. Go back here. Yeah, here. Whoops. Yeah, that's gonna be a double over there. I'm just. Eh. I'm all over the place today. That is not much what I want to be doing. Ugh. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing going on here. I wish I could have done this off-stream, but no, the way it works is not how that works. Ugh. Anyway, alright. Okay, now we can go back to doing what we were doing. So let me... Why? What is going on over here? Oh. Okay then, Right. I forgot Terralith. Well, the positive... That's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of funny. So Terralith generated a biome. After I made my super flat. Oh, hey, look at that! It's a woodland man. I hate Terralith sometimes. I just wanted a super flat world, man. I didn't want... Well, I do have it to some extent. How big is this? How big can I... How long does this go to? That is the question. Okay, so I have a square to work with before it turns into... before it turns into a biome. I mean, it's kind of cool, not gonna lie, but... Oh, well, that's gonna destroy... Oh, no. Anyway, let me see how big this box is before we get started. But what we're gonna be doing today is... The intention of this is supposed to have been a super flat world, was to do some tests with, the Jurassic mod, to kind of get a bit of an idea of what I need to do for the, dino pens and everything, because I believe this mod, they can destroy certain blocks, but I don't remember if it's this one or some other Jurassic one, so I'm just trying to get an outline of this box so I know where my limits are, and then I can go from there. So, load in the box. I am surrounded by ocean. That is kind of not coming in, and that's quite funny to me. So, we'll just... let's see how big this box is. I think I have enough space. All this is testing and everything, which I would love more space. I guess that just means I should have left I should just leave Terralith disabled whenever I go into the super flat, and then enable it whenever I'm not in the super flat. Let me see, how big is this box? Just a large square box in the middle of a generated biome. That is actually quite unfortunate, because I wished for more space. Okay, so... I can still work with this, I think. If anything, stuff might just go vertical. But I would kind of prefer it not to go vertical. Yeah, no, I need to fix that, because I don't know how much room I might need. So I'm gonna quit that for now. I'm gonna disable you for now. I'll just need to make sure to enable it before I go back into the survival for another stream. But, let's see. Oh, you stay permanently. I need to fix that, too. I didn't realize you stayed permanently. Whoops. Let me see. Setting... no, I don't want you to show permanently. Save. There we go. Now we're fine. Now we're good. Okay. Back in Minecraft. Now I can I might keep that. I'll keep that one. Because that's funny. That is a very funny world generation with mods. I'm kind of curious what happens if I go back into that one, now that I have Terralith disabled. I kind of want to figure that out. Maybe I'll get another flat spot outside of the generated areas. That could be funny. So let me go back into the flat world. Errors are currently... I figured. Okay, yep. I'll keep it, but no more of that. So I'm just gonna have to make sure Terralith is turned off. I'll just make it that. I'll have to make sure Terralith is turned off whenever I go into this one to keep it from generating terrain. Well. But now... Right, I need to turn it on peaceful, because I don't need hostile... I don't know if the dinosaurs count as hostile mobs. I don't think so. But you never know. Okay, so... What I need to do here is go into... Better Archaeology. Oh yeah, I have that mod. I almost forgot. Let's do camping. This could go in hand with the Jurassic stuff. A lot of this stuff can work. Where is it, though? Ends delight. There it is. Dinosaur spawn eggs, genetic material, items, and tools. I still want to know how you make that mac and cheese. That is my only thing. Chipped prehistoric plants. Okay, so... Dinosaur spawn eggs. I don't need the spawn eggs. I want... the blocks. Stack block storage. Items and tools, plants, spawn eggs. No, you have blocks. Where are your blocks? Did I pass them? Blocks and machines? Oh, I did. Cat plushie. No, I want... So I want to see what these are. And I need to see if they need to be placed on a block. And I'm assuming if I have to have blocks that are dinosaur-proof, it's probably going to have to be these reinforced ones. Okay, so I don't really have too many to choose from. Charred terracotta, bench, fence light post. Okay, so what do these look like? You can't really see through them, that's the thing. Security fence pole. But I suppose that's kind of the point, is to... You have defensive light. So do they have to be powered? That is the question I have, because I also don't know how to make generators, either. Do I have to use... Okay, so... I can put fuel in that. And it does something. I see. Okay. How do I make you? All I can do is swap colors. Oh. There's the Catholic music again. My game is also muted. I did not realize that at the time, but that's okay. You weren't missing out on much when it comes to audio. So do I have to have it attached? No. Oh, they can go diagonally, though. But interesting, so... what do I do with the generator? That's the question I'm having, is what do I do with this? Item pipe, fluid pipe, power pipe. Okay. And what do I connect this to, is the question. Do I connect it to the fence somehow? No? What do I use you to power? What is there to power? Can it be power anything, or is it... I'm gonna have to... let me... Jurassic Revived. Is there... something... There is a wiki. Okay. That is useful. Welcome. Wiki. Yes. I want building blocks. This is not very useful so far. Let me see. Yeah, that's not very useful. Machines. Is there... that doesn't... okay, this doesn't help me at all. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Okay, that's that one. That's unfortunate. So there's not much going on here. Okay, So I don't know what any of this stuff does, because there is no information on it. That's unfortunate. So this is going to be a lot of trial and error and figuring it out. And then there's a low. Can I attach the poles to these? No. Let me just make a square. I'll keep the generator up. But let me make it... go away, please. Oh, so I can just... I can make an entire thing of it. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I'm just gonna make a square of things. I find it funny that you can do this with it, but... let me make it break. Your hitbox is so low. I'm just gonna make a small square of things. I can go diagonally. I'm just gonna make a square here, I suppose. It'll be a small square. I mostly just need to see things. Because there's a generator, but there's no crafting recipe for it, which is interesting enough, I guess. I don't know if I need it. So that's also a problem. And there's no useful sources on anything. Okay. This is unfortunate. I would really hate to have to uninstall this mod because it's not great. I would really like to not have to do that, but who knows if I will. Now I can come across with it. I just want to see what these wires do. And if I need to figure out how to power them somehow, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to use these with it, but I have no idea if the generator is necessary or not. And if the generator is necessary, well, then I can't do much with it. I would love to be able to do something with it, but, who knows? There we go. Didn't want to do that. Okay, so that's a square. Spawn eggs are over here. Utahraptor. Sanguan. We'll grab a Theory. And... where is I? We'll grab an Indom. We'll do the Indom first. Oops, nope, that's the wire. Spawn you first. So, do I have to, like, be wary of something? What if I go into survival? Yeah, I'm trying to... Hey, stranger. But yeah, I'm trying to mess around with this mod and get an idea of if I need to be concerned about something or not. Is it because this is on peaceful? Hey, nice. You have a watch streak now. But I'm just trying to figure this mod out because I don't know if it's like, what's up with it? I can climb the fence. That seems questionable design. You're trying to get out. Because you want this thing. So it doesn't attack me. That is one curious thing. Hey, that's not a bad thing, though. Having a streak is always good. Where's the Mob Lasso? Give me it for the animal. Okay, that's interesting. But you're not hostile towards me, so do I have to have you in the fence, or can I just put you in, like, a normal... No, this is the Indom. I just spawned it in with a spawn egg, but this is the Indominus Rex. And yes, I know I'm in creative. If you notice, I was also just in survival and it wasn't attacking me. So... like, it wasn't trying to come after me or nothing. I suppose I can go back in and, like... Oh, no, it does want to kill me. Never mind, it was just focused on the sheep. Okay, so you do want to kill me. You just have a specific target priority. That is interesting to know. So, you're gonna be a problem if I were to ever make you. I probably will, but that's besides the point. Point is, I need to figure out if I need to specifically use the reinforced stuff, or if I can get away with making a weird, funny little enclosure normally. We'll just make one in the design and a real small range of attack hitbox. Well, I don't know if that's the fence stopping it. That's what I'm testing. That's the entire point of this world, so that way I have an idea of what my limits are when it comes to making enclosures when I finally get to that point. I'll just do another small box. The entire point is just testing. It's not going to be the actual size of any enclosure I make for these things. It's just testing out the mod. Which, I have no idea what the generator does. There's no crafting recipe for it. It doesn't look like it actually hooks up to anything. So, no clue what it's supposed to actually do. But, who knows? But now I need to, so there's that. Now I need to think about how I would actually make an enclosure in terms of design, just to kind of mess around with it. I would use copper. Go get some copper stuff. Great. Probably use the door. Sandstone. We'll put stuff in my actual inventory. You can go away, you can go away. I'll keep the lights. Oh, right, I can't do that. I gotta go all the way through. Where is storage stacked? Now, where is meadow? Imagine if you made a cage this size, Peter would arrive faster than you losing a heart to a bedrock skeleton. Honestly? Probably. Probably would. Where is meadows? Because I need my ebony. I'll just... dungeon end. Let's do farmers, macaw... Cave biomes. Oh, I was using... Oh. Ancient sandstone. Layered sandstone. Layered red. Fascinating. So... Oh, there's smithing template in this? Ingredients, ingots, and crystals. Interesting. Okay, well that's gonna be something to... look at. Connected glass, candlelight, dew. Blooming nature, here we are. Larch log, I've not found a larch yet. I've not found aspen yet. I've not found swamp oak, swamp cypress. I haven't gotten seeds, or saplings from the ebony. I think the next time I go into survival, I'm gonna have to do, like, an adventuring stream where I actually go around to different places and, like... do stuff, because there's so many plants and trees that I haven't gotten that I could use in my builds and stuff, and oh, I found a baobab. Oh, I have apparently forgotten to mention this for the streams and everything, but I do have a lurk exclamation mark thing for Nightbot as well. Baobab. It's like... I think it's a tree with poisonous sap, but they're like, I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of really round trees. I don't know if you've seen the really round trees that, like, taper up towards the top, but I think they're, like, in the Lion King. That's the one. I think that's the one, what is the baboon's name again? Ufiki? But they don't grow in Germany, no, but if you've seen The Lion King, you've probably seen them. Let me... Baobab. Let me get a picture. This is, like... as iconic of a... Oh, I need to save it, hang on. I forgot. I'll just put it there. That'll be fine. That works. This is, like, as iconic of a baobab tree as you can get. It's this thing. Yeah. They're really round and tube-like, and then they have little taper things at the top. So that's what this tree is. That is what that tree is. But I have found that, so I do have these saplings now, so that way I can start trying to use the wood and stuff. I want to find just the rest of the trees, because the larch looks nice. But that is besides the point. I need to find Site's a part of it. Ooh, marlstone? Okay, so there's more blocks I have to find. What are you? Cypress? No, where did I just had the ebony. There's fur. Boots with the fur. Chestnut. There's my ebony. Okay, so... Ooh. I don't know if I would use wood. I could. Let me just... I'll use, like, stairs or something. Stairs, fence, that... Oh, that's a window. There's windows? They have their own windows? Okay, well, I'm finding more things out about the mods. I guess this will just be, like, generalized mod testing world, too, just to see what's all in there. Oh yeah, better archaeology. I can actually find... stuff. No, that's bakery. Where is... There's more... Connected glass. Stay... Okay, so there's a lot of connected glass. That's not exactly what I was looking for. No, stop. I could use deep slate. Deep slate could work. Cracked deep slate tiles. Polished. I don't know. This is just a test to see what I can do enclosure-wise. So let me also get the wires. Poles and wires, because the poles will be going on the sides. We'll just do it 3. Go back up to 5. Hi, no. 5. I think I counted it last stream. There's like 70 dinos. Not including the hybrids. There's like 73 if you include the hybrids, I believe. Okay, so we'll have that. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do the enclosure fences to make them look like they match the area. And how I'm probably gonna do it in the survival world too is I'm gonna go based on biome. So like, whatever the biome is, if there's a dinosaur that would have been found, like for instance where I'm at, it's technically a desert. If there's, excuse me, if there's a biome that, or if there's like dinosaur fossils that were found in the desert, or they were speculated to have lived in a desert setting, then those are the dinosaurs that I'm gonna have in that area. That's kind of how I'm planning on doing it. Now we'll start with the first corner. Actually, you can go a desert, so like a Tarbosaurus. Yes, if that exists in the mod. I don't know if that one does exist in the mod. So that's gonna have to be the thing that I test. Sorry, dinosaur, I'm gonna have to kill you. Where is your hitbox? Where is your hitbox? Why are you so loud? Whoa, why are you loud? Hang on. Let me turn my game down. More than it already is. You are loud. What the heck? Well, it's loud for me, and I have my stinking monitor at, like... or my audio at 20. I wasn't sure if it's loud for you guys or not, and that thing's screeching. Well, you have a skull. Very nice. I don't need you right now, though. Let me get back to what I was doing. I don't need you. Keep you out. We'll keep the wax out. Keep this. Maybe not that, but we'll do this. So this will be the corners. With maybe deep slate there. So that means I don't need this anymore right now. I'll just break it apart. It's fine. The hitboxes on these are my only issue, though. Maybe fence? Okay, so I'm gonna have to I need to figure out something that goes in this corner. I could just make it a complete upside-down stair. And then start doing something, but no. I don't know. I don't know. This is... I don't... Fence design is not my forte, if that wasn't obvious already. But this is also mainly just a test to see if I am gonna have to deal with things breaking out. Hey, Mark. I'm just gonna call you Zev. I don't want to accidentally, like, mess up the first part of your name, but how you doing, Zev? So we'll do that there. So I can't imagine you actually have to be connected to the fence. Did I really just... It's pronounced Mark. Oh, so I can definitely do the, oh, hi, Mark meme. And yeah, it does. I'm trying to make something for my stinking survival world. It's just the problem is I have no idea. I have no information on this mod. Which, if I realized that, I probably wouldn't have installed it. I probably would have found a different one. And that's simply just because of the fact I wanted some kind of dinosaur mod in this thing. That should be fine. All that matters is if it can break out of blocks. So we can do... The wall design doesn't need to be too fancy. That's gonna be a lot of the wires, I think. Actually, let me just make sure, unlike the generator, if the stinking wires and everything have a crafting recipe, because for some reason the generator doesn't. Wire. You do. Imagine if it could break obsidian. Well, I mean, ice and fire dragons can break pretty much everything except their own specific blocks, so that's kind of what I'm testing. I'm going based on ice and fire logic, but I'm just seeing if it's the same. That's kind of what I'm doing here, because ice and fire can break pretty much everything, I believe, except for their own specific dragon bone blocks. They break everything else. So, I'm just making sure it's not the same logic as ice and fire. That is my primary thing. So we'll just keep it simple, and then I'll deal with it later if it's actually worth keeping. Because if it's not worth keeping, I'm gonna have to use the reinforced blocks anyway. So, not worth too much getting too into it. And I also don't know how many of these dinosaurs are naturally aggressive, or if I have to worry about, like, just anything in general. That's also the other thing. There is not much, or maybe I am wrong and there's at least something on the dinosaurs. Maybe there's something on the dinosaurs? Nope. There's nothing on the dinosaurs yet either. Oh boy. Well, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, so that one's in. Now I just got 2 more fences, and I'm not gonna worry about the design on the outside till I know blocks cannot be broken. I also hate the hitboxes on the wires, but it's manageable. So I want you to be able to see the dinosaurs, but I don't want them getting out. Probably also means you don't want to get too close to them, but that is neither here nor there. Alright, so that's a thing. Is that all? No, I completely missed a side. That would have been bad. Well, I suppose that could be the test, couldn't it? That could leave one side missing one set of wires, so I can also see if I need both sets of wires, or if having, like, that works. Because a lot of them seem to have a really large hitbox. So, let me see. We'll go with the Albertosaurus this time. Okay. Now, what were to happen if I... Survival up to this thing. Are you distracted by something else, or are you... no, you want to kill me too. Okay, so all the carnivores will want to kill you. That is at least relative common knowledge. Good, that is good to know. Doesn't look like they can break the blocks, though. It does not look like they can break the blocks. What happens if I... Oh, yep. So unlike the Indominus Rex, where it's got a weird hitbox, these ones actually have a normal-sized hitbox. You can't fit out of a one block. So, at least with you, that works. Oh, I set myself back into survival. There we go. So let me put you away. Put this in here. Let's see, what's a bigger one? Where's the T-Rex? Oh, I just saw it. Tyrannosaurus, where'd you go? Tyrannosaurus. Let's put you in here. They might kill each other, but that's fine. Oh yeah, they're gonna fight. They're dead. That one's dead. Okay. So far, you've not broken anything, though. But if I went into survival over here... Do you see me? Do you care? What are you looking at? Okay, you don't seem to care about me. Oh. What? What just happened there? Okay, well the teeth aren't exactly... Oh, no, now you see me. Okay, so you can't see me from down here. Now you see me. Now I am your attention. You can't hit me, though. Or can you? Oh, no, you can. Well, you don't insta-kill me. That is also good to know. Good to know that whenever I do make these, I'm probably gonna have to make it to where there is a gap. So I'm gonna have to have the fence, and then have, like, a pit or something of water. That way they're not doing this thing and sticking the... Your teeth are not attached to your model properly, but I can overlook that. But anyway, I'm gonna have to do it to where I have, like, sort of a gap. That way they can't just stick their head out of the fence. So I suppose that is another thing I can test. Oh, let me go back into creative. So you can stay in there. I don't care. So at least I know I can actually just create a fence. And it don't matter. Probably gonna have to watch out for 1 second fly. Let me test the 1 second fly. Hang on a minute. Where is... you? Are you a flyer? You are. I'm gonna have to make, like, an actual enclosure for you. And you're also aggressive. You know what? I'm somehow not surprised that they're all aggressive. I can just let you out. You can come out. There you go. Oh, that is so bad, actually. So they can just phase through the fence. So how high is your hitbox, then? What is your hitbox? Oh boy, anyway, those two can just have fun. I don't care. How much damage does... blah, 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 blah. How much damage does it do in full netherite? That is the question. I will test that in a minute. First, I want to try doing just a... too wide, too deep hole. To see if that might discourage it from... going to the actual fence. It'll be on a smaller platform, but let's see if it detects this as something it can go into naturally. But I'm doing these tests now because I would have stinking made these things in my survival world and probably died so many times and had so many issues. Yeah, let me get this hole. Go in there. Okay, so... different dinosaur this time. Let's test... Utah Raptor actually might be a good idea. Normally, I would not say that, but... These guys can usually jump. Right, I forgot. I gotta deal with that guy over there. But you know what? It should be fine. I should be fine for the short minute. Are you gonna fall in the pit? No. Oh, no, you are gonna fall in the pit. Okay. So it's gonna have to be more than 2 blocks in. It's gonna have to be more than 2 blocks to keep them from falling into the pit, but outside of that, you can stay. It certainly didn't stop him. I mean, it stopped him from hitting me. He fell in the pit instead, but it probably won't stop that. So, gonna have to be more than 2 blocks in. I might do it 5 blocks in as a default. That way they can't aggro. I could test and see, like, how far it takes for them to aggro on me. Let me do that. I don't care if I die. It'll be fine. So, I don't know how many blocks that is. What is the limit? Still don't see me? I know, now you do. You are just struggling. Or are you after that thing again? Oh, slime. No, you were just after the flyer. And now you're after all that. Oh, no, now you're after me. So... decent aggro range. And you're good, Mark. Thank you for hopping in and popping in and everything. You're good to lurk. I'm just gonna be rambling about this. So, good to know. They have a decent-sized aggro range. They have an aggro range that's relatively large, so that is both good and bad, I would say. So, like, 15 to 20 blocks. Just die, please. Ugh. There we go. So, like, 15 to 20 blocks. I would say so. I would say it seems to be about that large, so it would, whenever I make the enclosures, it would have to be, like, I could test that normally. Hang on a minute. I'll just use the grate. We'll go up. I'll just go up, and then make, like, a 15 to 20 block straight line. So I'll stand here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll test 15. Let me get... I don't have the Utah egg anymore. Let me get just a random carnivore. I don't know, because I don't know if the herbivores are hostile either. I don't think so, but... we'll do the Giga. Let's see what the Giga looks like. Oh, as I fall. So that one's on the 15th block, or relatively 15th. Okay, so 15 it sees me. Well, not necessarily. There were some herbivores that were pretty aggressive normally anyway, so... I think it just depends. Okay, so it saw me at 15 almost instantly. So if I were to bring it out... Hey, bud. Sorry. That didn't kill it. I don't even know how high up this is. So 15, it saw me instantly. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We'll add another 5. And we'll do... another Giga. Put you on the 20. Okay, it still sees me at 20 blocks. That is... also interesting. Okay, so it sees me at 15, sees me at 20. Will it see... let's go all the way to 30. Get off, please. Maybe it's different for each dino. Well, I would rather have kind of like a generalized, like, distance, so that way it's not... like, each pen is different. Like, obviously ones that are passive is not gonna be an issue. It's gonna be the ones that are aggressive that are the issue, and if there is a difference, I'll test that difference. but it's primarily just trying to get a generalized, like, okay, is it 30 blocks away that they don't see me? Is it 20? Is it 15? And then I can test it for different ones. So this is 20. We'll just do another 10. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're at 30. And we'll do... Alright, I didn't go get the stuff. I don't need to. Let's do the Utah Raptor, since we've done all the way at 30. Okay, it sees me at 30. Sees me at 30. Good lord. So, I don't know if there's going to be... Though they also don't seem to be able to see me unless I'm on the same level as them. So, maybe 15 blocks with, like, not letting having things the ability to jump up onto the same level as it. Because I can test that too. I can test... Excuse me. Excuse you, get down. Sorry, goodbye. I can do... We'll do it up by 2. And then another... We'll just do the Utah and see. Because for some reason, it doesn't seem like they can see me if I'm 2 blocks up. So let me go... Or like, just a block up at least. Oh, what the heck? No, it sees... Huh. That is weird. And it can hit me. So that's inconsistency. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting... 15 blocks, but with a 2-block wide way and a 3-block high wall on one of those 2 blocks. I could try. Ten, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, 15 blocks, 2 wide way. You can see me at 2. Wait, no, I think it's under. It was under it. That was what it was. I couldn't see me if I was under it. For whatever reason. I don't know. And this is all just tests. Put you at 15. We'll just... let me actually get... Let me get the fence, too. Maybe it's because there was a block in the way and it couldn't see me through the block. That could also be it. So, this is kind of how the wall would be normally. Yeah, so it can't see me through the fence. It can see me if I go around the fence. But it can't get me. But if I were to hop up here, it can hit me. So... I'm gonna have to make them to where the viewing is lower than... gonna have to make it to where the viewing is lower than that, or I just make it out of glass. Yeah, I could test and see if they can break glass. I can definitely test and see if they break glass. That is my main concern, is glass, if they can break it or not. Tinted light gray stained. Scratched gray. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Start with the Utah. At least it doesn't look like the Utahs can jump. Which I would have expected they could jump, but... Can you see me through the glass? No? Okay, so can't see me through glass. That saves half my problem. So then... There is no reason for the wires. Why do the wires exist? That's the real question. Why do the wires exist? So because if I peek around, it can see me. But it can't get me. Hmm. And it can't break the walls. Exactly. I think it's just because the mod isn't done. That's my bigger concern. If they did start doing work on the mod again, my only concern would be the fact they might fix things or do things to where you have to use the walls, because then they can break glass. Though, that depends on if I update. Anyway. So I guess I don't even need to worry about using the wires, because you can't see through the wires anyway. I can just use glass. So I'm gonna let you out, so you can die. Because, sorry, guy. You can come out. I can get rid of all this. This is not necessary anymore. I do not need it. Which I am actually quite happy about, because I would much rather struggle with getting a ton of glass than actual, like, whatever. So I can use glass for the flyers that I have to make actual domes and stuff, and that's fine. I can use, honestly, whatever I want to make these look decent. So that means I can kill the dinosaurs, so that way they are not potentially in my way. Oh. Well, he didn't want to come out, so the other one took him out for me. Thank you. Okay. Ow. Oh, my eyes. So we'll break all this, and then I can start testing with... Ooh, the one thing I should test real quick before I start doing it is, can they see me through open gates? Like, if I were to open the gate, could they see me? I could imagine they would, but that is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, as I am testing. So, come back up here. We'll replace the glass with 2 sets of these, because I'm probably going to do it. I'll open 2 of them. I'll just use the Utah for it. Okay, so it can see me through open gates. That is good to know. Hi! I'd rather struggle with getting a ton of sand. Yeah, but I don't necessarily want to just completely demolish my biome of sand. My thing would be is I would have to go to another biome, or like a side of the biome that I wouldn't be using, just so that way I don't completely demolish it. I mean, granted, I would probably terraform and dig up a lot of the sand anyway. I would just rather not willy-nilly dig up the sand when I could potentially still use some of the sand. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with it, but... yeah. So, good to know. They can see me through 2 open. What about a sand duper? That is a good point. I could try doing a sand duper. I'm not exactly the best person at redstone. Speaking of, I did fix my sheep farm, and in the survival, I fidgeted with it after stream, because it was just not doing things properly like it should have. So, I did wind up having to fix it, but aside from that... So it sees me through the 2. It's technically not cheating, yeah. And I never said I'm against doing stuff like that. It's just some things I wouldn't do, because it takes the fun out of doing it. Like I said, I wouldn't never botany pot netherite, because the whole purpose of netherite is going to look for it. Getting 10 pieces and then just putting it in a botany pot, I think, is a little too cheap. A little too easy. I'll do it with the other stuff, because that's used in crafting recipes and everything quite frequently, but... Okay, so... these count as a block it can see me. That is the only thing I cared about. That is the only thing I cared about. Okay, so... Sorry, you can have fun down there. So I can do the gates so long as I don't open it. Why didn't they make it more expensive now? Maybe did they make netherite more expensive to make in 21.1 or a newer one? Wait, when did they change? Ooh. Ooh, okay, maybe they did. The only change they did, though, is you have to have the upgrade that you find in the bastions. That's the only change they did. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean, like, the recipe to make netherite is any different. I technically am cheating on the gold side of things, because I believe you need gold and then the, like, smelted stuff to make the netherite ingots, so I'm already cheating on half the recipe, quote-unquote cheating, by having gold being in a botany pot and easy for me to get more of. I don't have to worry about gold. It's just the netherite itself, which is fine. If it's too annoying to find pieces and too annoying to whatever, then maybe I'll consider it. But I'm at least going to make the effort. Well, I mean, have to make the effort to get pieces anyway. But I'm at least going to make the effort to get, like, a relatively decent enough of an amount before I even consider doing something like that. That's my main thing. Okay, so I can do glass. I can do the fence gate. It's just going to be that. So I can just... That's the way. What do you mean, that's the way? Are you talking about me just trying to do things normally first and then dealing with it later, or something else? Ah, gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Sorry. I need the area clear. I'll just get rid of this thing. It's an eyesore now. I don't need you. And I am very glad to know that I don't need these stupid things. Thank you, stranger. Oh, I haven't made a comment or anything about it in, the Discord or on Twitter or anything yet, but I am going to be working on something to kind of show it off a bit when it comes to something I've done recently, or a couple things I've done recently, honestly. You do, though something I noticed is when you are subscribed, they tend to make more points and everything. You tend to earn, like, I think it's 2 times more points than the normal person does. The average, like, viewer and everything. 1.2. So yeah, something like that. I think it depends on the tier. But that's probably why. You watch and lurk fairly consistently and also just exist in my streams, so it would not surprise me you have that much. 2 times is tier 3. Okay, they don't specify tier 3 when I, like, on what I have to see it, so I wasn't sure if it was like 1.2 or 2 times or whatever for each one, but still, point stands. And then I could do it like that. No, I could just do the layer of gates, and then find blooming nature. And now ebony. Or I could even do trapdoor. Now that looks ugly. Oh, now I can actually at least get into fence design and everything. That is also the main point of this world, is figuring that out. No, that don't work. I had a trapdoor. I don't think I grabbed it, though. Eh. Oh, my eyes hurt for some reason. I woke up with a bit of a headache. Actually, how do the windows look? Oh, that could be funny. I don't know if that blocks the view too much. Let me put something in here. By the way, I can't get tier 3 emote, which sucks because I wanted to get a tier 3 as a spice, but now I have a lot more level 1 subs now, considering the future. Now, you're fine. I appreciate that, but you're completely fine. Though the fact you can't do that on mobile is actually quite stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, why would they prevent you from being able to do higher subs on mobile for following your streamer? Like, it is the same platform. It's just on a different device. It should not be PC mobile locked. That is just that is stupid. Just as a general concept, that is stupid. Like, what? Why? And yeah, it's like a slight headache. It's in the front of my head, so I know it's got the potential to turn into a migraine. But it's just kind of one of those things. I stayed up a little too late last night. Part of it be... Okay, that thing just fell on the hole normally. So, great. Thanks. Good to know. I'm gonna have to keep things that might aggro them away. Or just make sure it can't see, but... Missing out on a lot of money considering all the mobile users. Exactly! Exactly! Like, I know Twitch doesn't care, which is why I've started dual streaming on YouTube and everything, which I need to start trying to make thumbnails for my stinking YouTube streams. That's my primary issue, is I haven't bothered making thumbnails yet. I'm probably gonna do that while I'm working on the rest of the slides for Wednesday. But anyway, it's like, I know they don't care about the people on their platform and everything, which is poor business practice, but there's not much else for anyone to go, really. But, like, you'd think they would care enough about money to want to just make sure people can spend their money. You'd think that would make sense to them, but I don't know what they're trying to do with trying to make people go to PC to do all that, just to go back to, like, being on mobile, and then go back to PC. People are just not gonna do it. They're just not gonna do it. They're just not gonna do what you want them to do because of that. I don't know. That's just stupid. I didn't even know they couldn't do that in terms of, like, subscribing and stuff on mobile, and you're just stuck with tier 1. That's just stupid. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. Oh, yeah, let me get rid of you. I need to figure out what to put in these corners. Great, thanks. Now I'm wet. How dare you? How dare you do this to me while I am doing drowning? Yeah, honestly, I probably would. I probably would, too. So that's out by 2. Out by 2. And then we'll do it 1 in, 1 in. I know exactly what you're referencing. Yeah. It's only because I'm a woman. You can laugh at that because I'm a woman, can't you? Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha. Maybe instead of these windows, I'll just do normal windows. That way there's not, like, a sign in the way. Put you in there. Get the glass. We'll do light gray glass. It almost seems like the wires have this similar hitbox to that. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Didn't expect that. I mean, I kinda did, considering everybody are degenerates nowadays, but it is what it is. And then we'll just make it 3 high. Yes, I just called you a degenerate. How does it feel? It's no worse than when I call you a fossil, because you never know if I mean it because of my brand or if I mean it to call you old. You never know. You never know in the what context I mean it in now. You'll never know. Honestly, doing it this way. Oh, right. I forgot. I can go in that direction with it. Why is that such a good point, right? Now you see why I gave you the option for meteors, because at least while meteors can be old, it's less likely what you call old people. But no, y'all wanted to be called fossils, so that is on you. That is on you. Now you have opened the door for me just unpromptedly call you old, and you never know if I'm doing it or not. You never know. You never know if I'm being genuine or if I'm being devious. Oh, hi, Tail. How you doing? Digging our own graves, literally. Exactly. Exactly. You dug your own grave. Which, granted, I could have also given the option for archaeologists, which is kind of on the same vein as fossils, and y'all could have just chosen that. But knowing the people who voted on it, you probably still would have voted for fossils, even if I gave you the option that made the most sense. And you still would have only had yourselves to blame. You still would have only had yourselves to blame. That is not my fault. It was a unanimous vote. That's not bad. I can live with this design, perhaps. Oh, one. Which the stream was one day sooner. I had to flip off them until yesterday. Oh, don't worry. You'll have another one when I finally decide to do my emotes. I think Friday's stream is just gonna be an art stream so that way I don't have an excuse to not work on my assets, because I've just not been doing that. I've just not. I have been so badly procrastinating on doing it because I have been doing so many other things. I just haven't gotten that far. Why is that the thing when all this is cabinets? That is disturbing to some extent. Let me get this. Me. So one. It's not a bad fence outline, I don't think. It could definitely be worse. Yeah, that works. That looks fine. The only thing I don't know about is I want to use the gates, but I don't know if it makes more sense for it to be a top barrier and then have all this be glass, or have it as the bottom barrier and then the rest of it be glass, because they don't connect. So maybe it looks better as like an upper railing, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's also just the color of the glass. Maybe I just need clear glass. We'll do scratch glass. I could always just kind of mix and match it. Put this in here, put this in here. Oh, they do. Oh, they don't connect, though. Oh, they don't connect. Ugh, okay. Well, I could do connecting glass pane. Well, they kind of connect. Imagine in between all those dinos there's a lone Jack the Ripper spawn egg from mod you accidentally installed, and you never know that until it's too late. I mean, if there's for some reason a horror mod attached to, like, farming or something like that and I didn't notice, that's just on me. At that point in time, I don't have anybody to blame but myself, but I doubt there's one of those in here. Because that's just, I don't have any intention on horror mods. I don't mind horror, but that's fine. It would be funny though. It would. It would. Even if that's not, like, what I intend to want to really do. Ugh! As I can't speak. That looks fine. I think it was the fact that it was tinted glass instead of normal glass. I think this looks better. Does it look better? Yeah, we'll just go with this. It'll be fine. I can get rid of you two. Brother just spat at chat crazy. What? What did? You good? Are you seeing things again? No? Are you saying I spat at chat? I didn't spit at chat, excuse me? You're hearing things. You need to get your hearing checked. What do you mean again? Oh. That one time. Yeah, that one time. Exactly. Are you sure you're not losing your mind, stranger? Are you sure you're good? Are you good? Are you okay? I don't know. Well, sounds like you need to figure it out. Because I can't tell you. Ooh, actually, hang on. Ah, no, go back. Oh, that actually kind of helps it a little bit, I think. It kind of blocks this some, but it frames it. That's not bad. I can live with that. You know, I can do it like that, so that way it's more of an actual frame. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Just means I definitely need to figure out something to do with the middle here. But it looks kind of flat. Yeah. That's exactly why I'm using a creative world. Oh, my eyes. I may not be able to go full 3 hours because of this. Who knows? We'll see, but... in general, I'm hoping that I can make it look decent enough. That's why I'm using the creative world for this. I'm not. I still promised I was gonna stream today, so I'm doing that, at the very least, for a little bit. Ow. But... I'm definitely not gonna last a full 3 hours. That's for sure. At least the bright side is, whenever I do stop streaming, I'm just gonna go into drawing and working on the slides again. Don't matter how it looks from the inside, but the amount of times I said that, be a millionaire now. Yeah, well, the good news is you don't have to text it to me. I'm aware of my limits. I just wasn't about to cancel stream, because I don't feel bad enough to cancel stream, but I definitely don't feel right enough to go the full 3 hours. That is for sure. So, at least given something today is the consistency. And that's all I'm striving for, is a little bit of consistency, whether it's an hour or the full 3. That's all I'm trying to do, is just be mostly consistent. Because I did that a lot last year. I canceled streams a lot, simply just because I wasn't feeling it or whatever. When, sure, yeah, don't push yourself. But better to at least give some effort for maybe an hour, and then go deal with whatever, unless I'm absolutely not feeling good, instead of just, you know, doing whatever. That looks trippy in a good way, or looks trippy in a bad way? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? In regards to this. Oh, wah. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking the framing. That's not too bad. In a good way. I think the stairs on the side. Yeah, the only thing I might do is replace this with more copper. No, give me back here. Thank you. Place this with maybe chiseled copper. And then do a trapdoor on it. How the trippy effect just got deleted. So just changing this into this got rid of the trippy effect. Very nice. Very nice. That's still not bad, though. Maybe put a slab on top of those. Great, thanks. You just threw a waffle at me. I can put the stair back if you want the trippy back. There. There. You can have it back now. I'll just put a trap door on the corners instead of it being that. Outside of that, though, that doesn't look too bad. Ooh, actually, that's an idea. No, because I'd have to figure out somewhere to put... Actually, no, I can just... Hang on. I don't want that. Where is lever? That probably makes more sense. Have a light. Have a light. There we go. Light in the corner, because it should still show through. Actually, I can... Yep. That still works. That still very much works. And I can even put lights under here if I wanted to. Oops. Yeah, as far as I know, you've always been able to. I can't sneak trapdoors, but I can do that. That would be a very simple way to light up around the fence of the enclosure while also having trapdoors and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot I had. Now y'all can burn. Goodbye. Could definitely be an easy way to do that. And then up here, you connect that. I don't believe... No, in this version, there doesn't be... There's... No, there is slabs. Never mind. I'm just dumb. I'm thinking about, like, the... copper bars. Or do I do it with copper? No, I think the ebony made more sense. Comfy vibe, ignoring the Utah Raptor. Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. I'm trying to make it to where it fits with the general vibe of what I'm using to build with, which I haven't done anything with copper yet, because I need to find bees. But if I can, when I can find bees, I can start doing things with it. But outside of that, imagine this with that one 4K shader pack. I mean, yeah, I definitely don't have shaders. I have Iris, but I don't believe I have any shaders. I don't even remember how to access the shaders. No. Iris. Yeah, it's a thing. Do I have shaders? I don't think so. I'll deal with it later. I don't want to be bothered right now looking for it, but I don't have shaders as far as I know. I've been thinking about installing some, but I don't have any enabled right now, if I do have any. Now, those here look stupid. The rainbow skin in your eyes. What? What are you going on about? You can do fence. Let me have these and see. Does that work? Actually, it kind of does. Okay. So I think that's the kind of the general idea that I'm gonna do for, like, the fences of the enclosure. Since they can't see me through glass, I'm figuring this'll work out. And then, easy way to light it up, because I got that there, and then lamps under there. Which I should check and see. Where's the other one? Nope, that's this side. I have it on this side. There it is. Oh, yep, I've got spot. I could always put, like, one, or, like, 1 and 1. That'll work. That will work. You're still in the pit. You know what? I'll just fix. You can come up, because I don't need the pit anymore. Well, I might still have the pit, because I don't want them against here. I just have to figure out a... Nope. I just have to figure out a way to... Can you get out of my way? Thanks. I just have to figure out a way to keep it from falling into the pit. So now I can test that. How high up does the dinosaur have to be before it falls off of a thing? We'll do the Alberto with this. 2. Too high, and it should probably just walk off. I had no idea what the English translation for iris. The iris? Okay, so it walks off at 2. No, iris is a mod that does shaders and everything. It's got nothing to do with, like, anything like that. Okay, let's go up to 4. Will you walk off 4 high? Is that too high for you? It looks like 4 high is too high for it. So if I make the pit 4 deep, it shouldn't walk off. So, well, in here, if it's 4 deep, it's just gonna fall into the void. But, you know what? That's a better test than any. Sorry, Mr. Dinosaur. Goodbye. Bye. There he goes. Oh, and it died. I need to get, like, a zoom mod. Zoomify is usually the one that's commonly used, but it's not in this version, I don't believe. Not yet, anyway. Do-do-do-do-do. I just have to check for one and test them out. But I want to be able to, like, zoom in on things. Okay, so if I put you here... Yeah, you're still up there. So you've not fallen off of a 4 high block, so I guess 4 high is definitely my maximum. Now, I wonder... 4 high... and an enemy dinosaur. Oh, that's because it takes fall damage. So any distance where it will take fall damage, it's not gonna jump off of. 4 high is enough for it to take fall damage. But if there's something for it to go after, it will. Okay. We are doing science. It is good to know. Diplodocus. That's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. But good to know you guys are massive. Good lord. 10 years, Athena. I have faithfully served the god for 10 years, Kratos, and now the Utah Raptor, right? Okay, so... good to know that the Diplos, and, like, just... I'm assuming... sauropods in general are massive. Ugh. He's the size of a house, that's for sure. Mostly. Yeah, this is the Diplodocus in this mod. Diplodocus spawn egg. So that's just the Diplo. Alberto, Aloe, Ulver, Enki, Apato. Oh, let's see how big the Apato is. Okay, relatively the same size. I know the Apollo was a smaller one, but I didn't know if it was the same size as the Diplo. That's not quite. Bracky. Here we go. Oh, that's a small Bracky. Well, at least they're all relatively the same size. It's just a matter of tail size. It's interesting that the Bracky is so short, though, considering it's one of the bigger ones. Where is your hitbox, buddy? Here you are. Come on, get off the blocks. The Albertosaurus wants to attack them, but it can't. Oh, never mind. Now it can. Oh, and it died. Interesting. Okay. Right? The Bracky is supposed to be the bigger one. Why is it smaller? Oh, there's another Alberto over here. What are you doing over here, buddy? I guess you were after the sheep. It tried and it died. Yep. Okay, so... what are you? Oh, you're a tiny little thing. Hipsy. What was the noise it made? What is your noise? Hello? Shift, right click. I can't change it. Oh, hi. Why can't you hear it? Maybe I have my game too low. You're not attacking anything at Nikto. Oh. Oh, that's another flyer. Why do you have a backwards L? That is funny looking. Oh, here comes the Albertosaurus. What noise does this thing make? Well, can't beat the Alberto. I mostly just want to see the sizes of these things so I have an idea of, like, the size of the pens and stuff I would have to make. You're, normal. You don't do any damage. Okay. Guanlong. Giga. Lambo. Mahjong. Funny name. Trinodon. Protoceratops. You. Oh, you're a flyer. Therizina's in there somewhere. Oh, you're the tiny one. I forgot, you're the little itty bitty one. Hi. Oh. I didn't realize you were a carnivore. Well, there we go. There's the Mahjong. But you're smaller. Oh, that's the Hadro. Koil Guanlaw. There's the Giga. There's the Lamb. Well, it's good to know the majority of singing, doesn't actually fight back. There is a Therizinosaurus in here. At least I believe. Titan. Therizino. Yep. Titan. Triceratops. Trudon. Protoceratops. The Desert Dono. Yep. So that's gonna be one of them that's in my area. Oh, the Therizino. That's interesting looking. I'm gonna let you kill that thing. There we go. You're cool looking. It's accurate in size. Dude, what's sad? Bruh! It's almost as tall as the Bracky! What is that? Why is the Bracky so small? The Titanosaur is bigger, which... It almost looks like the textures are not done on it. But, you know what? That's fine. Still interesting looking. The Bracky, though. Just for that, I think I'm gonna... next week, I'm gonna have, after... for, like, the Wednesdays, I'm gonna have it to where the Bracky is on the list, and y'all can vote for the Bracky if you want to. There's a Triceratops. What was your noise, buddy? Woo, okay. That's interesting noise. That sounded like a snare drum. Well, they don't attack villagers. That's interesting to know. Huh. Okay, what else is there that I should figure out size-wise? Velociraptor. How big are you? Oh, you're just... Okay, you're just that. Gave me chills and not the good kind, right? That's definitely very interesting. But those are the dinosaurs of the Jurassic Restored. They're not horrible. There's a Spino in here. Where is it? Spino. Oh yes, Shant. Stego. I want to see the Tapahara. And then the Tropius. Tropiognathus. Yeah, you look right. You're small, but I suppose you look right. Stegosaurus looks okay. Oh, they did the Shant justice, though. Look at you. Look at you. I love this dinosaur. Oh, and there's a Spino. Off he goes. Yeah, do some cleanup for me, please. Thank you. Sorry, Apato. There you go. So the Apato doesn't fight back, but the Diplodocus will. Why is the Sego so tiny? My eyes. I don't know. I wish I did. Jurassic World all over. Yeah, I know. The problem is I don't... Let me see. Jurassic. There's not very many... Well, in general, there's not very many dinosaur mods, so this is the best one I've got for this version. In general, I don't think there's a whole lot. Let me see. It's a mod pack. No, I want mods. Jurassic World. Yeah, there's not nearly as many here. There's no water dinosaurs. There's no water ones in this one, unfortunately. Yeah, there's this, Jurassic Reborn, Jurassic Revived, Jurassic Editions, Jurassic Returned. Well, this one has marine stuff, but there's not much. I could check this one out. Ooh. Ooh, hang on a minute. I could check this one out. Unique AI animations, textures, models. Okay. And how frequently are you updated? You're actually updated. Also, the archaeology, revival, Dresscraft, prehistoric nature. Yeah, but I don't know if it's for this version that I'm using. Ah! Jurassic Reborn, but it's not for 20.21. It has to go for 1.21. That's the problem. Most of these are in 1.20. I could always downgrade, but the chances of that going well is very unlikely. If I did downgrade, I would do a different one. But December update is delayed. You're the most installed one, but I kind of like the different. This one has 97. Okay. Because while I can appreciate some of these models, it's definitely... Yeah. It is a little disappointing, but I'm glad to know now. I'm just gonna do a... At E. Everything dies. How about Jurassic Revived Neoforge? Hang on, let me get back over here. Yes, I'm also looking at mods while I'm doing this. Jurassic Reborn, Revived. That's the one I have. That's the one I'm using. Jurassic Revived. That is the one I have right now. Which, yes, it's got a lot of dinosaurs, but yeah. I think I might do the Reborn one, and I'll just downsize, or not downsize, but like go back into 1.20, because this one is only at 1.20.1. And it is getting updates. It was last updated 2 weeks ago. So, it's not bad, but it's only, oh, it's only for Forge, not Neoforge. I really don't have that many options, do I? That's so unfortunate, because I like the way this one looks. I like how this stuff looks. Because the Brachii is actually big. There's a Mammoth. They do. And unfortunately, I don't have the modding ability to be able to do this myself. I don't know. I might make a separate mod pack where I mess around with it and see if it's worth it, but for now, I may just not use all of the dinosaurs in this mod, but specific ones. Just for the sake of that, but aside from that, I think I'm just gonna leave the stream off here. I'm starting to feel it. Brachii, yeah. Yeah, the Brachiosaur is very disappointing. I will say that. It does not need to be that small. But for now, I'm just gonna leave this off here so I can go take a break. I am starting to have my headache get worse. So, I will see everybody Wednesday. Hopefully, I'm feeling better for the first Prehistoric Wednesday. Hopefully. And hopefully that goes well, but if I'm not, then I will just push it to next week, and it'll be fine. But in the meantime, I will, again, see everybody later.